me start my article. Okay?
Okay. Between the USA and Cuba, became normal on Friday when the leaders of the two countries, Castro and Obama, shook hands. They met briefly at the summit of the American in Panama. It is reaching for countries in North and South America to discuss a better future for their continent. The handshake was the U.S. and Cuba and their business towards each other. The two have barely spoken for more than 2 years. America banned its citizens from visiting Cuba and most Cuban goods from being exported to the USA. Declared Cuba a sponsor of international terrorism. Obama are expected to have a sit-down meeting. They will hold to make sure their countries can have a better future together. The meeting is the highest level talk between USA and Cuba since Richard Nixon and Fidel Castro met in 1955. A U.S. Secret advisor said the reason we are here is that the president John believes an approach that works totally seeking to cut off the Cuban people. The USA had failed. President Obama said, "I think the Cuban people are extraordinary and have huge potential. And courage and origin is the overwhelming majority of the Cubans are interested in moving forward. The lists are only 100 kilometers apart."
Okay. Very good reading. There you see the red lines. It seems that there was not the correct enunciation for the words. That is nothing to be overly concerned about. I'm the same article, emphasis on the words that I underlined, but I will tell you that this number, 1959, they were here, 19 something, but number's 1959. Okay?
1959.
Okay. The article is and Obama in historic handshake. Relations between USA and Cuba took a step towards becoming more normal on Friday when the leaders of the two countries, Castro and Barack Obama, shook hands. Met briefly at the summit of the Americas in Panama. This is a meeting for countries in North, Central, and South America to discuss a better future for their continents. The handshake will help the USA and Cuba end their bitterness toward each other. These have barely spoken for more than 50 years. America banned its citizens from visiting Cuba and most Cuban goods from being exported to the USA. Over a decade ago, they declared Cuba was a sponsor of international terrorism. Castro and Obama expected to have a sit-down meeting. They will discuss how to make sure their countries can have a better future together. Meeting will be the highest level talks between the USA and Cuba since Richard Nixon and Fidel Castro met in 1959. As security advisor said, the real is that the president strongly believes that an approach that was focused totally on seeking to cut off the Cuban people from the USA had failed. President Obama said, "I think the Cuban people are extraordinary and huge potential, and what's encouraging is the overwhelming majority of Cubans are interested in moving forward. The two are only 151 kilometers apart." Now, we both have read the article. I'm asked, do you have questions about the article?
Yes.
What questions?
I don't know the meaning. Paragraph.
Okay. The last sentence.
The way I hear is that the president strongly believes that an absurd works totally on seeking to Cuban people from what's the need to cut off the people from the USA had failed. What failed?
All right. So currently, there was some type of initiative, right? And this initiative is an agenda. There was a plan to keep Cubans from in the United States. Okay?
Yes.
But this plan has not worked. Okay? This plan has not worked. This plan hasn't worked. So since this plan hasn't worked, it had failed. President is saying, President Obama says, this plan is ridiculous. Unnecessary.
It means America haven't stopped the Cuban people enter the university, enter the USA.
That's right. President Obama says that the Cubans are extraordinary people. Okay, extraordinary people, and they can contribute positively to the United States. Therefore, it would be in the interest of Cuba and the United States to shake hands and speak about peace. Okay, does that make sense? Makes sense to you now?
Yes, I see. I understand.
Okay. All right. Is that, or are there other words that may have given you some difficulty?
I'm okay.
All right. So here we have activities that we can talk about. Let's listen and see if we can determine what is true and what is false. Well, we could have done this before we read it, but we're not. We're reading it now. The leaders of the USA and Cuba had a sit-down meeting last Friday. Is it false? Okay, because I want to say it was the president It was just the leaders. It was the president that I sat down. So it's false. The meet
Leader, they are expecting to
expecting to.
expecting to
You are exactly right.
expected to have a success.
You are
Things
right.
they haven't had.
They have not. It's here. You are absolutely correct. It's not. But they do.
Yeah,
Okay.
expect.
So that's false. Right? No. The two met each other in Panama.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be true. North, South, and Central America were at the meeting. Is that right?
Yeah, maybe true.
Okay, this is a meeting for countries in North.
North.
Okay, I have the answers here. The meeting in these places to meet. Well, we need a big box. To meet in North, Central, South America to discuss a better future for their continent. Okay, so I think that's going to be true.
True.
It is true. Was South in there as well? I don't know. Was South in there as well? Yes, South America.
Central South America. Yes.
Yes, it's all three. Okay, so this was true.
True.
It's actually true. What about D? Letter D. What is D?
But ABC, stop most of the Cuba goods from to the airport.
Well, get this down here. It's just going to put a line in here. You think D is false?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
I think America stop all Cuba goods from coming in.
Okay, D, America stopped most Cuban goods from coming into the country. That is correct. They had put a ban on the shipping of things. And E, Obama and Castro will talk to repair relations between their nations. Is that true or false?
I think it is.
Yes, this one is true. And F, could you
The high-level meeting between two nations was
false?
false.
False, because Nixon was the last person that said him. Letter G.
President Obama said the U.S. action towards Cuba had false.
That is false. It says that it has not worked. And the last one, H.
Obama said most Cubans interested in moving toward and support.
False. And most Cubans are interested in moving forward.
All
right. The synonym matches, but as I look at the synonym matches, in fact, I want us to try a sentence, thanks to two words, one and the letter. For example, when we get one, we'd say that one's going to be free momentarily. All right, briefly and momentarily. The that President Obama and the official might be brief, or a brief meeting, or they held a meeting very briefly, which is momentarily, something short, not very long. Okay.
Okay. Just discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Is the meaning of talk about.
Very good. So President Obama
and Castro will be expected to have a sitting discussion.
Very
They will sit down to discuss something.
mm-hmm.
We're together to discuss something, the relationship of the two countries.
They sit down side and discuss the relationship. Three.
His talk is important.
Mm-hmm.
Important.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For Vietnamese,
Business hate.
Vietnamese hate peace.
It's going to be hate. Business is going to be hate. Okay?
Hate.
Great. Okay.
And declared said
The court is said.
Mm-hmm. I expected suppose
Very good.
house
This one is going to be met. Mm-hmm.
came together.
Met together. Good.
Came together. King. Trying the tried make
Shaking will be trying. Mm-hmm.
extraordinary, amazing.
And
Then after away from each other.
nice job on that. Nice job on all of those. Now we're going to skip from there. I think we might now just talk about the itself without trying to do this multiple choice. Things that we could do right here in our country when we meet people, we might handshake. We might use hand and handshake. What are ways that you might greet people in your country?
We handshake with people when greeting each other.
Okay. So it's normal too. Okay. All right. We'll go down here. Let's see each other. Go down. And I think we need lines. Here we want to just do free talking. Okay? Just talk to me about what did you think when you read the headline, Obama and Castro shake hands, throw an Obama historic handshake. What did you think when you read that?
I think when Obama and the Castro changed two countries, the relationship, the good relationship of two countries ended. I think handship is symbolic of
And that,
being.
okay, I think that a handshake is symbolic. Okay. So, and shake is that's a nice word to use too. A handshake is symbolic of what? Trust?
Of the better relationship of two countries between two
And okay. All right. What when you well, I guess that's what you were telling me here. What do you know about relations between Cuba and the U.S.? Do you know anything about the relationships between Cuba and the U.S.? In the article today?
They to express their understanding.
Opinion?
Opinion that the should go between each other.
Mm-hmm. All right.
What is? I mean, they want to express the friendship between two countries.
Mm-hmm. Build a friendly relationship between the two countries.
Two countries. Yes.
Can in when people shake, what is the significance of that? When in meetings, what does that mean? I'm sorry?
Be politeness. I want to show the politeness or reputation.
Okay. Do you also think that might be showing agreement? They may be shaking in an agreement. I think we'll be shaking. They will shaking hands because they are in agreement with the decisions that were made in the meeting.
Yeah.
So number 6, is your country having this towards another country? That
Yeah. So many countries. Because there are so many conflicts of territory. And India, China, the South East, South China, Vietnam, and the Philippines.
okay.
Some country like that. So many conflicts. Actually.
Do you think that Obama and Castro will be able to thinking of the people, will develop stronger relations, and if so, why? If not, why not?
Thinking of people.
The relationship will get better between Cuba and the U.S.?
Yeah, I think so. I think the to try to understand each other.
Mm-hmm. You think that they should? Okay. Right. Well, here is yet another question. Would you buy?
Yes.
I thought last night you said you would prefer to stay home. But you
I don't want to live in the Cuba. I can have a chance to travel.
I see.
I like to experience different cultures.
Okay. All right. Well, I think traveling will definitely provide opportunity for lots of experiences. You would get things that you haven't seen before, interact with people that you've never interacted with before. So in itself could be very, very interesting and I don't see more questions that I want to preview down there in that article. So let's go back up and have a conversation and try to use vocabulary that we in this lesson. And vocabulary is going to be the symbols on the left 1 through 10 and alphabets A through J. Now, this article talks about two profile individuals. President Obama said that the people were extraordinary. Do anything else that's talked about that might be significant in the article? Talked about in this article?
Well, I think it's a colorful word. I mean, if President says some people of the country is extraordinary, it's always right.
Okay.
So,
The president said that people were extraordinary, and agree with that the people extraordinary, or agree that it was okay for President Obama to say that they were extraordinary.
yes.
Okay. Well, that's a good point as well. Really good point to make. I suppose when you're thinking that President Obama is a very high position and he's given thought to what he's saying, he's just not going over there without thinking. Again, to use as many of these words in our conversation as we possibly can. It may be a little difficult, but we're going to try to use words. We're going to try as best as we can to use all of these words. Some of them twice or 3 times if you need to. Think of the words. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to improve my oral English within years of studying.
Mm-hmm. Really well. You're doing an amazing job with you to speak. Understanding you very well. What I'd like to hear more, though, is your use of vocabulary. I'm going to be able to do that pretty soon. Once you start doing this type of activity and what the pattern is supposed to be, you'll be able to do exactly as I'm doing. You might be able to do it momentarily, but the ability of this is going to come. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So you could say, I said there's, you can use the little one.
You mean I should go continue the talking.
I want your goal is to be able to just talk fluently. Yes, we'll continue. You can talk about anything. You can talk about anything, but if you can't think of anything, we have the article.
Okay. I'm seeking a different way to. I see a different way to discuss different persons' English.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it is important.
It is important. And when you embark upon these types of discussions, lots of information. We learn historical information. We learn about things that were important when we have conversations.
Yes. When started to speak in English, it's a bitter experience. I mean, you feel embarrassed. You don't know how to feel.
You may feel some embarrassment, but from the that we came together, that I was assuring you that you can talk with me in comfort. I will not laugh. I will not make fun, because it is expected that I should help you meet your goals. You met all of your goals, but you certainly can't meet them. And I'm best to help you meet your goals.
So, I don't know if I can declare I'm progress.
You can. You can declare that you're making progress. Every day that you come to class, you're actually making some progress. You make brief improvement, but you're making improvement with every time that you come and we talk about something in our class. You are making improvement. You don't think that you're not, because you are making improvement. Okay.
So I think when I prove if I make progress a lot, and I ended it.
Mm-hmm. Feeling has no value. What you want to do or consider doing to curtail the bitterness is to take every opportunity, every amazing opportunity to more language learner. That's my opinion. Use all of the words. I suppose we could say we've done a good job using vocabulary words. Now let's shift and can talk about something else in general that's up on a daily basis, and maybe try to use some of the vocabulary. I believe me that today is a holiday.
Yes.
So a declared holiday where everybody takes off, or the majority of the people do not to work.
Yes.
Now, if you can respond with something other than yes, you'll be practicing your speaking as well. What most people do on this particular day, what do they do? What do a lot of people do on this day?
Quite a lot of people will go out to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Find the middle with the weekend. You have 3 days free to go out from along away from Shanghai.
Okay.
So this kind of vacation in China, long-term vacation. because you can go work for 3 days. You can go out.
You out of town.
Yes. You some people drive to take vacation, working.
Mm-hmm. So, is it important to take vacation? Do you think it's important to take vacation?
Yes, I think it's important.
Okay. Why do you think people should take vacation? People should take vacation.
I think it's a way of life. The people shouldn't a normal life. I think people the should be changing.
Okay. Well, if the person really enjoys working, both of them, the husband and the wife, supposed to really enjoy working. Do you job and that's what you want to do?
A job?
Do you teacher should not be a teacher?
No. I think to afford it. Because you have to make money to meet the history of the life. Everything you to do have to cost money. So you have money, you can go over to.
Well, I would imagine if you have money, you could go whether it's a holiday or not.
Yeah.
If you have money, and one that people seek money when they play the lottery, they're seeking to make money, get money. They're trying to get money and money away from someone else. And the sentences, I'm forcing myself to use the sentences. This would necessarily be the way that I would write, because when I'm writing, you get it and you rewrite it. But we're just practicing to speak spontaneously. All right. So if you're thinking in your native language, try to say what you want us to know. Just bring it out. Try to say it, even if it comes out incorrectly.
Correct.
But you're extraordinary good right now. I'll focus on the words then. Your goal is to constantly talk. The goal is to constantly talk about anything. Build that fluency. I want you to build that repertoire of just being able to talk.
Talk. Yes.
You're doing well, but I want you to talk more. Or if you would like, you could read the article again and about sentence, if you would like. Would you read the article again?
Yeah.
That is good for enunciation as well. Read loud.
Between the USA and Cuba, paper towards being more normal on Friday. Wings of the two countries. And Barack Obama shook hands.
Let's talk about that for a moment. When say that USA and Cuba took steps becoming more normal, you mean that President Obama walked at some point? He took steps. Is that what it means? That he was walking?
I think the towards means make progress.
Good.
Growth. Doesn't mean work.
It means they were making progress.
Making
With
progress.
peace. And I'm trying to. I wanted to copy words and see if I could bring words up to the top. I don't know that I can, but I'm going to try. Okay, our words again. Copy. Let's see if I can put these words up here as we talk about the article. Yeah, let's see. Put it here. No. I mean, I could put my words up there, but I can't. So no, it isn't as if they're taking walking steps, but they're making progress with a desire to bring out peace. Okay. Next sentence. They met.
They met briefly at the summit of the Americans in Panama. A meeting for countries in North, Central, and South America to discuss a future for their continent.
So exactly do you think a summit met briefly at the summit of the Americas in Panama? That
Summit is a meeting the leads of the countries. Of some countries will take part.
Good. All right. Now let's start with the next sentence. This
is a meeting for countries and South Americans to discuss a better future for their continent.
Okay, this right here is going to be central. So the meeting for countries in North, Central, and South America to discuss a better future for their continents. Okay. The purpose of the meeting to discuss a better future for the continent. Okay, read the next sentence.
Historic handshake will help USA and Cuba end their business towards each other.
Okay. What does it mean, this historic handshake?
Because the USA and Cuba have between two countries relationships. So I think the of this and Cuba try to end this relationship, and I think they hope to set up a relationship.
And what we know about handshakes are signs of agreement. Okay, good. The next.
Have barely spoken for more than 15 years.
Barely now. The two countries have barely spoken. What does it mean? What does that sentence mean? The two countries have barely spoken for more than 50 years.
I think the two countries have texted with each other for more than 50 years.
They have not been in contact. They haven't exchanged goods. Or they've had one another, ill toward one another for 50 years.
Yes.
Right. Continue.
Bans citizens from visiting Cuba and ban most Cuba goods from being exported to the USA.
What does banned mean? What does it mean to be banned?
Banned means not allowed.
Very good.
Don't allow the traffic into country.
That's not allowed. So the
Allowed.
between the two countries were actually banned. Right. The next sentence.
A decade ago, declared Cuba was a sponsor of international terrorism.
When you declare something, you're making a statement, and it's a very strong statement. So, a decade ago, the U.S. believed that Cuba was doing seriously wrong.
Yes. Wow.
Thought that Cuba was doing seriously wrong.
As I said, Cuba, the USA believes Cuba helped national terrorism.
With
Offer the aid of some aid to international terrorism.
So the USA declared or Cuba being an international terrorist.
Terrorism.
Go to the next paragraph. Started with Castro.
Castro and Obama are expected to have a sit-down meeting.
Okay. So they get together and an honest, hard discussion. All right, next sentence.
They hope to make sure their countries can help each other together.
And this is what they're going to find out when they sit down together at the summit. All right.
And the highest level talk, the USA and Cuba, since Richard Nixon and Fidel Castro met in 1959.
So the people that are involved in this discussion at the summit, the highest level ranking people, the high level, which is with the presidency, and the level person that spoke with Fidel Castro was Fidel 1959, and that was Richard Nixon. Nixon was one of the presidents of the United States as well. All right.
I just see the Nixon, Richard Nixon is the first president to visit China.
Oh, see.
After China was built.
Okay, went to New China.
Yes, the first president visited the Communist Party of China.
Okay. Well, was it a good visit, or do you?
So I think this article says the same things. 40 years ago, ended the hard time China and United States. Nixon do the same thing. To Cuba.
All right, continue. Security.
U.S. security advisor said the reason we are here is that the president strongly believes that an approach that will seeking to cut off the people from the USA.
Mhm. Okay, just telling us.
The president consider the
Mhm.
USA want to stop Cuban people to enter the United States. Does not work. Does not work.
Yeah, the fact that we did not want to do any trade, any business, or even visit is working. So the best thing for Cuba and the United States is to sit down and talk about what we can do to take this problem. Because what they're doing now is not working.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think the Cuban people are extraordinary and they have huge potential.
Potential means, that word potential means.
And do a lot of thinking more than you imagine.
Please,
That's the possibility.
possibilities. Very.
Possibility.
And sentence?
And is the overwhelming majority of Cubans are interested in moving forward. The two countries are only 151 kilometers apart.
Is that like 100, like 200 miles? One something is one. So what I did was I divided 151 by 2. I got 75. So 75 plus 50 is 100. So it's 201 miles. Which that gives what I think. So there isn't that much difference between the two. All right. So what I'm going to do, going to send you this copy that I've marked up. At it. And this area here, if you put your cursor here, you can read what it says. What we decided that it meant when we talked about the approach. You can do that. We did with math and work more on vocabulary and use vocabulary as we talk. This is one of the things that I really want to with you, that your vocabulary is going to encompass the words in the article. Did you like the article? And if I were to ask you, what is your takeaway? One thing that you impressive or that you learned of the article? What from this article? I think my is that I think it's amazing that our President Obama is going to sit down and try to correct some of the problems. Yes, and I think that's amazing.
As you get something from this article.
Yes, that's what your takeaway is. Mm-hmm. That's good.
I think the Castro Obama come together to talk something uh, seek a way to build a relationship between two countries.
Okay. So takeaway. All right. On this article, we visit this article again. I said I'm going to send you the article over it. Look, think about it. Try to use those vocabulary words in your conversation. I highlighted for you the words that gave you a little difficulty. To review this article, you come along with me, read, and notice how the words sound and that sound for words. So our topic for today was and let's see what Castro discussing related about the U.S. and Cuba. I want to say I appreciate your leaving feedback in previous lessons. I think it has helped others to take it what we're doing and the leap in calling me for classes. So thanks so very much. Thank you very much for that. Okay, well, let me come back. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And back now. I think you can see me over here in the corner somewhere. There I am. So thanks so much for coming. I appreciate you. Have a nice night and enjoy the weekend. Bye.
Thank you for asking.
Okay, bye-bye.